justice offering help. Favorite victim of your self-made gods. For continent king, empty shroud, who runs to the indigenous aid. I'm a perfect hero. I'm a mighty friend. You're the prince of principle, wiping out disobedience with your might. Autocratic might. You don't stand for backtalk, so you root it all out. By your weapons light the atom of light. You are born into your violence, and you live against superior truths. You are born to live the ignorance, and you're proud to kill your spirit you will use. From the upper sea of the setting sun, you submit all mankind to toe the line. You commit your frightful arms against the palaces and treasures of our mind. That's why you should remember the duty that's required by your life. Or is it true that you did surrender your possibility to survive? Day by day the trials, sterilized drops of blood. Are wildly raving along, and their shadows, they are crossing my horizon. Concrete becomes liquid sweat so long, and goes along through my legs. Alright. Extend the feverish stuff, rough surface, murderous red, even in the air, which is still gliding quite and understandable. I feel it slippery, whispering, raining dead and straight. Hanging deep above the wavering sea, the final signal for law, truth approaches.
quite deep and all through. Starting from the worship king who's also the universal sin, and ending with kind of the reason for our plight.
Yeah.
Your plight, our plight, everyone's plight. Fear did die, vanity, insanity, warm, hot and through. Who cut the enemy down? We are betrayed. That's why you should remember the duty that's required. Anyway, by your life, our life. Yeah, this was insane. This was quite deep, quite intense. Not my cup of tea, to be honest. But I liked it. I liked listening to it.
Yeah, it was. I would say it was all over the place. Lyrically, it was all over the place. They tried to cover too much in just one song, and it becomes difficult to put all the pieces together or bring all the things. It's like a jumbled thread or something like that, and you need to straighten it all to make sense of it, kind of a thing. Or maybe it's as straightforward, but maybe I'm the one who's complicating it. Anyway, it was all over the place for me. There was a lot going on, and this was actually supposed to be the one that is lyrical. So there was a lot of lyrics and all talking about different things. But it's hard to put it together within one song and on the first listen itself. So there's a lot that was happening for sure. And the last one was about the incarnation, and this one is the decay of things. So maybe it's covering a lot of things at the same time. Once there was an incarnation and everything was going well, and after that how things very quickly started decaying. I wonder what prompted the use of certain terms or the words, that the way they used it. So overbearing secular creature. So why would someone say overbearing secular creature? The words, the selection of words itself is very difficult to decipher on the first listen, and without having much of context, especially local context or even context from the band itself. Because I don't know why they are using certain words. Using the term secular back in the day, in the 70s, late 70s. What was the context of secular then? Secular as a word has had many contexts, although the meaning of secular is very, very simple, that what is not abiding by the religion at best, that is the meaning of it. And that also religion meaning, when the word secular started being used, was Christianity. So somebody who was not abiding by Christianity or not following it completely, or they would have a different thought process. They were called seculars in Europe when it was being followed, Christianity all over. But later on, secular has had many more meanings, and even today it has.
My understanding of it, very basic understanding of the first three songs so far, is that you create something, it becomes powerful, it thrives, it survives, it thrives, and then there are other powerful beings alongside, and that creates competition, that creates a fight for survival, and there's a lot of wars between these powerful creatures, and then in the end, of course, there's destruction of these powerful creatures. It all goes back to nothing. So, but that is my understanding of so far what is happening. Let's see what goes on in the fourth song. But so far it seems like, like the wars, you powerful beings fight for some reason or the other, some excuse or the other, and at the end of it, who's destroyed? Both parts are destroyed. Both are literally at the receiving end of the destruction part of it. Look at the countries of the world today that were part of the First World War, Second World War. They are in complete misery, they are in complete disarray. So not that by fighting those wars they gained any power in the world. They literally lost power all along, and they live miserable lives, most of them. Whether you talk about Germany, you talk about France, you talk about Spain, you talk about UK, they are miserable countries today. You talk about America, one of the most miserable and pathetic nations in the world ever, in the history of the world. So you can see what happens when so-called powerful creatures go to war with each other. What happens? Total destruction. So my understanding is something similar. Maybe they are talking about Poseidon, Atlantis, powerful places, powerful people, powerful empires. But at the end of it, do they exist today? No. Nobody even knows they exist unless we are reminded by music like this.
True. I guess you are on the right track, at least there. Yeah. That's all for this one. Let's move on to the next and the last song of the album.